This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 14, is I came across this article today where they're reporting how the book of Deuteronomy and the book of Joshua are factual, meaning those accounts did happen and they can back it up with archaeological proof. Now, of course, with us, the believers in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we don't need archaeology to prove the validity of the Bible. We know the Bible is true, okay? Because the Lord gave us the Ruach HaKodesh, all right, to have faith in his words, all right, to believe, all right, these accounts did happen, okay? But it's always good to, find articles like this to, again, present the facts, all right? These accounts did happen, all right, which proves that the children of Israel are still here today, okay, and the Lord has raised them up, all right, to bring this truth out, okay? This proves we're in the third day. Let me get that. We are in the third day, okay? And I'm going to get into this article. Hosea chapter 6, verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord. And that's what the elect are doing, okay? They're hearing the word, is resonating with them, all right? And they're returning unto the Lord. And that's all done through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay? For he hath torn, and he will heal us, right? This word heals us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. 2, after 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and that's why you're seeing, okay, what you're seeing, all right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, waking up to their true biblical nationality, okay? As well as the Israelite foreigners that are scattered among the nations that may even look like the other nations, waking up to their true biblical nationalities, okay? And we shall live in his sight, all right? So this proves we are in the third day, okay? And again, this is all done through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because let's read this one more time. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Right, okay? So the Lord has put the Spirit on his prophets, all right, to show the world the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, okay? Roughly paraphrasing it. Let me read it one more time. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea, okay? So let's read this article, and I'm going to do a lesson within a lesson. All right, because we got to go into this account in the book of Joshua. Joshua chapter 8, verse 30 states, Then Joshua built on Mount Ebal an altar to the Lord, the God of Israel. Right, so again, the creator of heaven and earth, all right, is only dealing with his people, the children of Israel. All right, that's why they say the God of Israel in the Bible so many times. Until 2019, we had no solid proof to support this verse. However, the Jerusalem Post reported that in 2019, an expedition was led to sift through the material discarded from previous excavations on Mount Ebal. Among that discarded material was found a tablet. That tablet has now undergone X-ray tomographic measurements. The results of that have given us archaeological proof for the book of Deuteronomy and Joshua. So this is coming out of, okay, a heathen's mouth. Rebecca Wallace Keene. Sounds like a JJ to me. All right, let's see. Yep, she looked like a JJ. Okay, a 1948er. All right. Look at this. And she's a demon too. Because she's an author, Faith Under the Rainbow, reclaiming the truth about LGBTQT lifestyle in the Bible. All right, so yeah, she's definitely a JJ. But hey, the scriptures talk about they'll make their own tongue fall upon themselves. Okay? Yep, I knew she was a JJ. She practices non-denominational Judaism. Yeah, this is a JJ, 1948er. They'll make their own tongue fall upon themselves, all right? Because, yes, you're into that weirdo activity, but you still have to bring the validity of the scriptures. All right? Deuteronomy, the book of Deuteronomy and Joshua is saying archaeological proof. Let me get, let's go on with the spirit. Psalm, was it 64? And 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right, and that's an example. Okay. Hey, you JJs, you 1948ers. Okay, you're being revealed as being, all right, the devil the Bible speaks of every day. Okay, you're a bunch of Satanists. Okay, and this proves that these JJs, these 1948ers, they know who we are. They know we have the truth. Okay? All right, but they're just playing their role as the devil. All right, they got to deceive and slander. All right, and be wicked, because that's what they were created to be. Continuing on, it says X-ray tomographic measurements. X-ray tomographic measurements are completed by taking cross-sectional images of an object or body using X-rays. The results are read by measuring the decrease in intensity along a series of linear paths according to X-ray computed tomography. If you have ever had a CT scan, you have seen this technology at work. The only difference is, in the case, the images were taken of a tablet instead of a human body. That is not unusual. This technology has often been used on inanimate objects, according to Wikipedia. The results of X-ray tomographic measurements being used on this ancient tablet are world-changing. The results gave us archaeological proof for Deuteronomy and Joshua, right? And hey, the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And this is an example. With that technology, all right, even these devils have to admit that the book of Deuteronomy and the book of Joshua, okay, is factual, okay, because it is archaeological finding, and using this technology, all right, to be able to bring the proof. But again, us, the Israelites, all right, we don't need archaeological findings to believe in these scriptures. All right, we know we're the Israelites. Okay, but hey, it's always good to go into these archaeological findings, just to throw it right back at them. You wrote this article, we didn't write it. Okay. Archaeological proof for Joshua, as stated by the Jerusalem Post. This tablet was found in a pile with the discarded matrix of 2 structures. Okay, so there you go. Now let's get into the account of Joshua 8. All right. Now I'm gonna do some Hebrew hopscotch. All right, because I'm gonna do a lesson within a lesson. Because to you plantation Christians out there, all right, the Lord's only dealing with the Israelites. Okay, and he's commanded his Israelites time and time again to come against, all right, these other nations, these heathens. time and time again. All right. And this is an account. All right. Because Joshua was commissioned, all right, to be the leader of Israel in the war campaign, all right, for us to get our land back. Okay? After Moses died, the Lord commissioned Joshua. All right? So Joshua chapter 8 verse 1, and the Lord said unto Joshua, fear not, neither be thou dismayed. Take all the people of war with thee, and arise, go up to Ai. See, I have given into thy hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. Right. These were Canaanites. Okay? 2. If thou shalt do to Ai and her king, as thou didst unto Jericho and her king, only the spoil thereof, and the cattle thereof shall ye take for a prey unto yourselves, lay thee in ambush for the city behind it. Right. So keep that in mind. Again, I said lessons within lessons, because the Lord just told Joshua, all right, get you the people of war, all right, meaning the mighty men of Israel, okay, lay an ambush on the city, but only take the spoil thereof. What does that mean? That means kill men, women, and children, okay? Because the spoil that he was talking about is cattle, all right? And we're going to go into the law of why, all right, the Lord said what he said, because the Lord's not the author of confusion. So 3, so Joshua arose and all the people of war to go up against Ai, and Joshua chose out 30,000 mighty men of valor and set them away by night. All right. Did Joshua say, nah, my Lord, I'm not going to go fight against these people. They didn't do nothing wrong to me. No, my Lord. Okay. There's women and children there. No, he obeyed. Okay. Now let's jump down, because I want to show the account of where Joshua, all right, slaughtered men, women. Okay. Joshua chapter 8 verse 24. And it came to pass, when Israel had made an end of slaying all the inhabitants of Ai in the field and in the wilderness wherein they chased them, and when they were all fallen on the edge of the sword until they were consumed, that all the Israelites returned unto Ai and smote it with the edge of the sword. 25. And so it was that all that fell that day, both men and women, were 12,000, even all the men of Ai. Okay? Well, it doesn't say children. Okay, but then up here it says, only the spoil thereof and the cattle thereof shall ye take for a prey unto yourselves. Okay, so the children have to be slaughtered too, because I want to go into the law. Let's go into the law. So this is Deuteronomy. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 17. This is the laws of warfare, right? It says, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and Hivitites, and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 18, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their gods, so should ye sin against the Lord your power. 19, when thou shalt besiege a city a long time, in making war against it, to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing axe against them, but thou mayest eat of them. And thou shalt not cut them down, for a tree of the field is man's life, to employ in the siege. 20, only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued. Right. So the point is, all right, Joshua utterly destroyed the Canaanites from that area. Okay. Again, it says, in Joshua 8 and 24, and it came to pass when Israel made an end of slaying all the inhabitants of Ai in the field, in the wilderness wherein they chased them, and when they were all fallen on the edge of the sword until they were consumed, that all the Israelites returned unto Ai and smote it with the edge of the sword. 25. So it was that all that fell that day, both men and women, were 12,000, even all the men of Ai. For Joshua, 26, for Joshua drew not his hand back, wherewith he stretched out the spear, until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. 27, only the cattle and the spoil of that city Israel took for a prey unto themselves, according to the word of the Lord which he commanded Joshua. You see that? So there was nobody breathing. Everybody got put down except for cattle and the spoil, which I'm presuming this has to be certain resources there, vegetables, maybe certain gold and silver that's not an idol, just regular gold and silver. But yeah, this is in our law, okay? And again, this lady, this demon, okay, this 1948er, all right, is backing, okay, that story with the archaeological proof, okay, which proves that the Bible's the truth. That's why I said lessons within lessons, just to back up. So as you can see, all right, Yahweh Shai constantly commanded his people to go to war against these heathens, all right, and to destroy them utterly, okay, if he commanded, all right, his mighty men to do so, as he instructed Joshua, okay? Now let's go down to here. Joshua chapter, let's go see what they did to King A, right? 27, only the cattle, well, I read that. 28, and Joshua burnt A and made it in a heap forever, even a desolation unto this day. Right? He burnt A to the ground. That means nothing was left. 29, and the king of A he hanged on a tree until eventide, and as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it at the entering of the gate of the city, and raise thereon a great heap of stones that remaineth unto this day. Right. So not only did they impale him, all right, on a tree, okay, they took the body, okay, threw it cast it at the entrance of the gate, and then threw a whole bunch of stones on top of the body, okay. So again, you plantation Christians, what are y'all teaching in your churches? Okay. 30. Then Joshua built an altar unto the Lord God of Israel in Mount Ebal. The Lord God of Israel. That's who the Lord is dealing with. His people, the Israelites. 31. And Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses. As Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stones, over which does no man have lift up any iron, and they offer thereon burnt offerings unto the Lord, and sacrifice peace offerings. 32. And he wrote thereupon the stones of a copy of the law of Moses, which he wrote in the presence of the children of Israel. All right, this is what Joshua did. 33. And all Israel and their elders and officers and their judges stood on this side of the ark, and on that side before the priests of the Levites, the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, as well as the stranger. Okay, I guarantee this is the strangers talking about, all right, Israelite foreigners, right? Right? Let's go. Guard. There you go. It's talking about Israelite foreigners. Foreigners in Israel, those conceded rights. Okay, meaning these were Israelites. These were not heathens. Okay? As that was born among them, half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. So who are the people that are blessed? The Israelites. 34. And afterward he read all the words of the law, the blessing and curses according to all that is written in the book of the law. 35. That there was not a word of all that Moses commanded which Joshua read not before all the congregation of Israel, with the women and the little ones and the strangers that were conversant among them. Okay, guarantee this stranger's talking about an Israelite foreigner. Yep, Gar. There it is again. Okay, so again, lessons within lessons. Okay, as you can see, all right, all the earth is being filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. All right, you have a heathen writing an article about archaeological proof that the book of Deuteronomy and Joshua are true. Okay, and in the book of Joshua, chapter 8, which she brings out, which that's what they found, those tablets, that tablet is pertaining to Joshua chapter 8, verse 30. What went down in this chapter? What went down in this time period? All right, a great slaughter. Joshua went to war as commanded by the Lord. All right, who you clowns, you Christian clowns say God is all love, right? Where was the love in this? Well, he loves his people to make sure they get the homeland, the promised land, but there was no love here with these heathens. He told Joshua to put them to death. All right? Burn that, okay? Destroy all. Only take the spoil and the cattle. Okay? That's it. All right? Leave no one breathing. So, Lord willing, let's edify. And again, that was going back to the law of Deuteronomy because, again, these were Canaanites. So that's why the Lord said, that's why this law was put in there. All right? And that's why the Lord is not the author of confusion. Okay? Deuteronomy 20 and 17. But thou shalt utterly destroy them. Wait, here we go. Deuteronomy 20 and 16. But the cities of these people which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth. What? Look at this. However, in the cities of the nations the Lord your God has given you as inheritance, do not leave alive anything that breathes. Man. Man. Hey, the proof is in the pudding. 17, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God had commanded thee. 18, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done under their gods. So should you sin against the Lord your God. That's why Joshua put them all to death. All right? Nothing was breathing because the Lord did not want our people to take on their customs, their cultures. All right? Their gods. And this is what we're telling our people. All right? You need to refrain from these heathens. All right? You need to be seeking your power. Okay? The Lord does not like these heathens. He calls them as well, let's get this scripture. Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as small as the dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isle as a very little nothing. That's how the Lord, all right, thinks about these heathens. This is how the Lord thinks about these heathens. 16, Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. Right, these heathens can't do no burnt offerings to the Lord. All right, he doesn't care about them. 17, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity. Plain. That's how the Lord thinks about these heathens. So, Lord willing, is us edifying. I mean, this is powerful stuff right here. You even got this, okay, weirdo heathen making her own tongue fall upon herself, writing an article, okay, again, proving the validity of the scriptures, archaeological proof for Deuteronomy and Joshua. I didn't write this article. She did. This 1948er. So, hey, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the knowledge of the Lord. All right. The knowledge of the glory of the Lord is being revealed. Okay, it's being shown throughout the earth. Okay, as waters cover the sea. And with that, I'm going to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing his truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith. As you can see, we're almost out of here. All right? We're getting close to the end. All right? The Lord is, just making his presence known. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai. We're waking up to who we are, and we clearly see, man, we're at the end of this thing. So keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying when you pray. Pray with your cover. Shalom and abad with ball. Shalom.